Allo Allo was a comedy masterpiece that kept audiences laughing for a decade with its unforgettable characters and outrageous wartime antics. But behind the laughter lies a bittersweet truth. Many of the talented actors who brought these roles to life are no longer with us. In this tribute, we look back at 30 beloved cast members of Allo Allo who have passed away, honoring their roles in the show and the remarkable lives they led off-screen. From café owner René Artois to bumbling officers and secret agents, discover the real stories behind the faces that made this sitcom a British classic. Gorden Kaye portrayed René Artois in Allo Allo, 1982 to 1992, when he was 41 years old. René is the quick-witted, womanizing owner of Café René, a hub of chaotic wartime activity in Nazi-occupied France. Constantly juggling the resistance, German officers, and his many romantic entanglements, René pretends to be brave while mainly trying to survive. His dry sarcasm and frequent breaking of the fourth wall turned him into a beloved comedic figure. Gorden Kaye's impeccable timing and expressive reactions were central to the series' charm. Born on April 7, 1941, in Yorkshire, Kaye began his career in radio and theater before transitioning to TV and film. In 1990, he survived a near-fatal car accident caused by high winds, which left him with severe head injuries. Remarkably, he recovered and reprised his role in several stage adaptations of Allo Allo. Gorden Kaye passed away on January 23, 2017, at a care home in England. He was 75 years old. Though no specific cause of death was officially disclosed, it was reported he had been in declining health. Richard Marner portrayed Colonel Kurt von Strohm in Allo Allo from 1982 when he was 61 years old. The colonel is a German officer more interested in art theft and self-preservation than war efforts. Though officially a Nazi, he often conspires with locals to line his pockets and avoid execution. His partnership with the bumbling Captain Gearing and flamboyant Lieutenant Gruber provides some of the series' funniest moments. Marner gave the role a balance of cold military poise and sly absurdity. Born Alexander Molchanov on March 27, 1921, in Petrograd, Russia, he and his family fled the Russian Revolution, eventually settling in the UK. He served in the Royal Air Force during World War II before launching an acting career. Marner's film credits include You Only Live Twice, The Spy Who Loved Me, and Scrooge. He became best known for his role in Allo Allo, which he played until the show's end in 1992. He died on March 18, 2004, in Perthshire, Scotland, aged 82. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Carmen Silvera played Edith Artois in Allo Allo, 1982 to 1992, starting at the age of 60. Edith is René's fiercely loyal but comically oblivious wife. Known for her awful singing and complete lack of self-awareness, Edith frequently takes to the cafe stage, much to everyone's dismay. Despite René's infidelity and endless lies, Edith believes in their love and marriage wholeheartedly. Her dramatic flair and accidental involvement in resistance activities often escalate the show's farcical plots. Carmen Silvera brought immense charm and physical comedy to the role, making Edith an unforgettable figure. Born on June 2, 1922, in Toronto, Canada, she moved to England as a child and studied at Lambda. Before Allo Allo, she had a strong career in British television, appearing in Z-Cars, Compact, and Doctor Who. After the show ended, she remained active in theater and made occasional TV appearances. She died on August 3, 2002, from lung cancer at the age of 80. Her legacy endures through her role in one of Britain's most iconic comedies. Roger Hammond portrayed the monk in Allo Allo in 1991, when he was 55 years old. The monk appears in the final season as a mysterious figure involved in the wartime intrigue swirling around Café René. Clad in his robe and shrouded in secrecy, he brings a dose of dramatic tension to the comedic chaos, often acting as an unlikely agent in the Resistance's outlandish schemes. Though his role is brief, Hammond's expressive face and rich theatrical presence made the character memorable. Roger Hammond was born on March 21, 1936, in Stockport, England. A classically trained actor, he studied at Cambridge and had a distinguished stage career, particularly with the Royal Shakespeare Company. On screen, he appeared in numerous British television series and films, including The Madness of King George Oliver and Midsummer Murders. Known for his intelligent, dignified portrayals, Hammond worked steadily until his final years. He passed away on November 8, 2012, at the age of 76, following a long illness. He left behind a legacy of refined, character-driven performances. Kenneth Connor portrayed Monsieur Alphonse in Allo Allo from 1984 when he was 66 years old. Known as the Undertaker with the dodgy ticker, Monsieur Alphonse is a dramatic and theatrical character who often competes with Renee for the affection of Edith. Suffering from a dicky heart, Alphonse frequently faints during moments of stress, which only adds to the absurd humor of the show. His exaggerated sense of gallantry, elaborate speeches, and devotion to Edith create endless comic tension. Kenneth Connor brought unmatched comedic energy and impeccable timing to the role, drawing from decades of experience in British theatre and film. Born on June 6, 1918 in London, he gained fame through the Carry On film series, where he played various bumbling but lovable characters. He was also a seasoned radio actor and made many appearances on stage and television. Connor remained active until shortly before his death. He passed away on November 28, 1993, at the age of 75 from cancer. His legacy as one of Britain's comedy greats remains firmly intact. Jack Headley appeared as General von Klinkerhoffen, sometimes mistakenly referred to as von Kartzibrot, in Allo Allo beginning in 1992 when he was 63 years old. The general is the stern, no-nonsense superior officer who arrives to bring order to the increasingly chaotic German command in Nouvion. Cold, efficient, and ruthlessly bureaucratic, von Klinkerhoffen is less interested in comedy than control, but his severe nature only amplifies the show's slapstick tone. Jack Headley brought a sharp edge and dry intensity to the role, contrasting brilliantly with the more farcical characters. Born on October 28, 1929, in London, Headley served in the Royal Marines before turning to acting. His career spanned film, stage, and TV, with appearances in Colditz, The New Avengers, and the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only. After retiring from acting in the late 1990s, he lived a quiet life in England. Jack Headley passed away on December 11, 2021, at the age of 92, reportedly following complications from a short illness. He is remembered for his commanding screen presence and versatility. Sam Kelly played Captain Hans Geering in Allo Allo from 1982 to 1987, starting when he was 39 years old. Captain Geering is the enthusiastic yet clueless second-in-command to Colonel von Strom. He's instantly recognizable for his iconic "Klur," salute, and deadpan delivery. Geering is hilariously oblivious to the chaos around him, often misinterpreting orders or enthusiastically going along with absurd schemes. Sam Kelly's portrayal gave the character an innocent charm that made him a fan favorite. Born on December 19, 1943 in Manchester, Kelly trained at Lambda and had a long career in British television and theatre. Aside from Allo Allo, he is remembered for roles in Porridge, On the Up, and Barbara. In his later years, he returned to the stage, including a critically acclaimed role in Wicked in London's West End. Sadly, Sam Kelly passed away on June 14, 2014, at the age of 70, after a brief battle with cancer. His warm comedic style and memorable characters have left a lasting impression in British entertainment. Eric Dodson portrayed the intelligence officer in Allo Allo in 1991 when he was 71 years old. His character represents the shadowy, calculating side of the British war effort, coordinating resistance tactics and intelligence operations behind the scenes. Though his role was limited, Dodson's performance added gravitas and a touch of mystery to the final season. His authoritative tone and composed demeanor made the intelligence officer a believable figure in the world of espionage and misdirection. Eric Dodson was born on December 1st, 1920, in Peterborough, England. He began his acting career in the 1950s and became known for his distinctive voice and strong screen presence. Dodson appeared in numerous British TV series and films, including Doctor Who, The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin, and The Day of the Jackal. He was often cast as clergymen, officers, and dignified authority figures. He passed away on January 13, 2000, at the age of 79. Though not a household name, his long and steady career left a notable mark on British entertainment. Stanley Lee played the gypsy leader in Allo Allo in 1991 when he was 57 years old. The gypsy leader appears during one of the show's many subplots involving secret missions, disguise, and misdirection. Charismatic, confident, and slightly wild, the character leads a group of traveling performers who become entangled in resistance schemes. Though his role was brief, Libor infused the character with sharp energy and a hint of mischief, making the gypsy leader stand out in the crowded comedic chaos. Born on September 24, 1934, in East Ham, London, Stanley Lee trained at RADA and enjoyed a long and varied career in British film, theater, and television. He was perhaps best known to audiences for his role as Howard Hughes in the sitcom Ever-Decreasing Circles. His film credits include A Clockwork Orange and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Lieber had a commanding presence and rich voice, making him a frequent choice for intense, serious, or eccentric characters. He died on November 23, 2014, at the age of 80. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Zzz. Peggy Ann Clifford appeared as the French lady in Allo Allo in 1985, when she was 64 years old. Though her role was small and fleeting, the French lady added to the rich texture of life in wartime Nouvion, representing the everyday townsfolk who endured the absurdity of occupation alongside the resistance's chaotic plots. Clifford's natural comedic sensibility lent authenticity to the character, who often reacted with dry confusion or resigned disapproval. Born on March 23, 1921, in Poole, Dorset, England, Peggy Ann Clifford had a long and active career in British film and television. Known for her portrayals of stern, working-class women or comedic elderly figures, she appeared in films such as Far from the Madding Crowd and If, as well as many sitcoms and drama series throughout the 1950s to 1980s. Though rarely in the spotlight, her supporting roles were always delivered with subtle precision. Peggy Ann Clifford passed away on May 26, 1986, just 1 year after her appearance on Allo Allo at the age of 65. The cause of her death was not publicly reported. Jeremy Lloyd portrayed Wolfgang in Allo Allo in 1992 at the age of 62. Though his on-screen appearance as Wolfgang was brief, Jeremy Lloyd's connection to Allo Allo runs far deeper. He was, in fact, the show's co-creator and writer alongside David Croft. As Wolfgang, Lloyd made a rare cameo appearance in the final season, stepping in front of the camera as a small tribute to the show's long run. Known for his trademark mustache and theatrical presence, his brief performance was a wink to fans. Born on July 22, 1930, in Danbury, Essex, Jeremy Lloyd began his career as an actor before discovering his true talent for comedy writing. He wrote for hit shows like Are You Being Served? And Allo Allo, both of which became cornerstones of British sitcom history. His background in theater and flair for farce influenced his unique comedic voice. Jeremy Lloyd passed away on December 23, 2014, at the age of 84, following a battle with pneumonia. His creative legacy in British television remains iconic. John Bluth portrayed the Jewish tailor in Allo Allo from 1984, beginning when he was 55 years old. The tailor, often seen repairing clothes or commenting dryly on the insanity around him, brought a quiet, endearing energy to the series. He was one of the town's many eccentric residents who found themselves inadvertently involved in the resistance's elaborate plans. John Bluth's understated performance gave warmth to the character, providing a touch of heart amid the show's slapstick. Born on August 12, 1929, in Galicia, now part of Ukraine, Bluth's family fled Europe before World War II and settled in Australia. He eventually moved to the UK, where he built an impressive acting career. Bluth worked extensively in British comedy, including collaborations with Spike Milligan and appearances in The Vicar of Dibley and The Beatles' Help. He was also the voice of Professor Mop in The Magic Roundabout. John Bluth passed away on November 15, 2018, at the age of 89. His comedic skill and expressive face made him a beloved figure in British entertainment. Michael Sher portrayed Goering's double in Allo Allo in 1992 when he was 54 years old. In the show's final season, Sher plays a look-alike of Nazi leader Hermann Goering, drafted into a plot involving impersonation and deception, typical of the show's absurd and farcical tone. Though a brief appearance, the role plays off Sher's long history of portraying German officers and villains in British television and film. Born on June 18, 1938 in Aberdeen, Scotland, Michael Sher was a prolific character actor best known for playing strict authority figures. He portrayed Adolf Hitler multiple times on screen and played Admiral Ozzel in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. On British television, he was widely recognized as the tyrannical Mr. Bronson in Grange Hill, a role that cemented his popularity. With a commanding presence and signature bald head, Sher specialized in cold, steely roles, but was beloved off-screen for his charm and wit. He passed away on August 31, 2005, at the age of 67 due to cancer. His legacy spans science fiction, drama, and classic comedy. Pat Gorman portrayed a resistance member in Allo Allo in 1984 at the age of 51. Though largely a background character, Gorman's presence added realism to the show's portrayal of an active, if bumbling, French resistance. Known for his ability to blend into any setting, he often played minor but memorable roles that helped bring the show's comedic chaos to life. Pat Gorman was one of the most prolific character actors in British television history. Born on May 10, 1933, in England, he appeared in hundreds of episodes across a wide range of genres. His work includes consistent appearances in Doctor Who from the 1960s to the 1980s, as well as roles in Blake's Seven, The Elephant Man, I, Claudius, and Z-Cars. Often cast as guards, soldiers, or background figures, Gorman was praised for his professionalism and reliability on set. Despite rarely having speaking roles, his face became familiar to generations of TV viewers. He passed away on October 9, 2018, at the age of 85. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Who's your favorite character from Allo Allo? It's always tough to say goodbye to beloved cast members who are no longer with us. How does that make you feel? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate having you in our community.